Trying to find a place I went wrong. I got a couple problems, but I'll make it alone. I can't right all my wrongs, but I can write them in songs.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to the cave.
So, it's always after we say welcome back to the cave.
Right,
I don't know
that
what to say.
long pause.
I don't even know what to
Like,
say. I be like, yeah.
Hi guys.
You know? But yeah, Jared, first and foremost, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. What about yourself?
I'm pretty tired, but I'm well.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
alive.
And it's crazy because I was just saying, I think it was Thursday. I was like, watch how fast the weekend runs by, and now it's Sunday already.
So I got you to blame for it.
Who, me?
Yeah, for jinxing it.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't drink something. It happens like that every long weekend. Anyways, enough of that.
Enough of depressing stories.
So, on today's episode, if you haven't noticed by the title, I don't know what the title we put just yet,
Right.
but it's about not letting your inner child die. So, hey, Jared, what do you mean by letting your inner child die?
I feel like, and y'all know how we do. We have to define what we're about to talk about before we talk about it. That way you're not lost 15 minutes into the episode. Because you ever been in a conversation and you don't know what somebody's talking about, but they keep going, so you just kind of have to sit there and nod and like try and catch bits and pieces? That's shameful.
Until you finally catch on.
Exactly.
Have you
Or
ever-
sometimes you never.
I would say I've been part of the conversation. I never caught on before. And I
Same. You
just
just lost.
smiled and nodded.
That's all you could do.
Just repeated what they said every now and then.
Right.
Just want them to finish, stop talking.
Right. So I can go do something else. But yeah, your inner child, by our definition, your inner child is just that, I want to say that innocent, creative, imaginative, faith-filled version of you before life comes and just slap the spit out your mouth.
Oh, that's real good. That's a great definition. The only thing that I would add to that is like also fearless you.
Yeah.
I just say because children they ain't scared of nothing.
Nothing.
You feel me? Them children would be jumping head first to anything.
Literally.
Just not even knowing what it is. They just like, hey, I'm here.
Right. Side note, right before I left the house about 20 minutes ago, I was telling my mom because I went to the trampoline park yesterday, and I was telling her I got hurt my wrist because I was going too high, too hard, too fast, and I realized there was no other trampoline on the other side of the one I had just jumped. So I just went across like 7 of them straight. There was just a platform with chairs on it.
Jared.
And so like I'm flying full speed at these chairs and had to try and drag the ground with this hand to slow myself down.
I know you ashamed.
Oh, was I?
Jared.
There was this little family sitting right there, and I was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I just tried to pop up and just started swinging my feet. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm straight." Wrist like it was gonna fall off. It was so embarrassing. This is why I don't like places like that. Cause like now that I'm older, it's like, dang, I could really hurt myself. And I was telling my mom about that, and she was like, I spent the first 13 years of your life just trying to get you to not kill yourself. And you done waited till you 25 to accomplish it. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, your mom did say that you were very, very rambunctious child.
Yeah, I was fearless.
You're definitely very fearless, But yeah, so that is our definition of the inner child. Jared let his run free this past weekend. Fearless.
Paid the price for it.
But I got another question. So what do you think kills the inner child?
Oh, life. Life. And everything that comes with it. I feel like once you get to a certain point in school, the kids around you start to kill it.
Oh, absolutely.
Because because it's like, especially depending on where you grew up, people gonna have the new shoes, they're gonna have the fitted school pants. The kids be fancy nowadays.
They be real fancy.
Right, they got the nice haircuts. We was wearing all black Air Force Ones back in the day. Dickies.
Two big pants.
Right.
2 big shirts. You feel me? Ball fades.
Like,
ooh wee. I told my mom, I said, she the reason I don't have a wife to this day. She blocked my blessings for way too long.
It was rough. But like I feel like stuff like that, I feel like your awareness kills it too though. Because as a child, you're not really that aware of the world around you. But once you start being aware of different stuff, just like race. The first time I realized I was
Did it
black.
die? Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought the computer died.
Man, what?
The first time I realized I was black, I was like, dang. So was my grandpa a slave? I wanted to ask him that, but I never did because he was mean. You know, he would have got on me bad. But just, you know, stuff like that, like realizing, oh, my people have been set behind in the world for 400 years. You know what I'm saying? Or just realizing, you know what? My family's kind of poor. You know, or we're very much middle class, you know, the lower tier of middle class. You know what I'm saying? Like just small realizations, small awareness and stuff like that. What killed yours? It's a good question. Or, you know, I'm gonna say what kills it.
What kills it? I definitely wholeheartedly agree with the part where you said other kids around you. Because like when you get in certain settings and stuff of that sort, most kids, like their minds are, well, these days they on like just weed, sex, sex at such young ages. My Lord,
my mind.
Blows my mind. I wouldn't think about none of that. Just sex, you know, the weed, and like some of them just too focused on like what they got, like what you got on and stuff of that sort of whatever. So then you start to feel bad about how you look. You start to hyperfixate on how you look and stuff of that sort. You know, what I learned in school. Now I might have to look it up, y'all. Fact check me. But when I was in the psychology course, we was talking about was it Eric Erickson's stages of development or something like that. And like it was saying like at certain stages of life, like kids start to develop like certain things. And they were saying like around the ages of 3 and 4, they start to develop a sense of shame. And from then on, it goes and it goes and it goes. And then when you get to adolescent years and certain things like that, you start to develop I don't completely forgot because I ain't brushed up on nothing. But it's kind of like you start to like think like, do I fit in here? Do I not fit in here? Type thing or whatever.
Insecurities.
Yeah, stuff like that. But like the fact that he said like the sense of shame develops at ages between 3 and 4. I remember that because I was like, dang, I'm feeling shame all my life. It makes sense.
Same.
So like from then on it just progresses. So like it starts there, you know, like and how they feel shame, what makes them feel embarrassed, what makes them feel like out of place and so many different things like that. And like you said, life has a way of making you feel all those things and then some. Because then you gotta also grow up. Then you also gotta participate in this. You also have to be available for this. Go through this, you know, feel this emotionally. Like all these different things. And it just be like, how do you even have space to just be creative and fearless and all these other things when the world is telling you to occupy all that space by hustling and you know, and to just like be scared of this. Don't be scared, but be scared of this, you know, and like your creativity don't mean nothing because you gotta make money, and creativity don't make money and all this other stuff. So it's
a lot.
All of that, you know.
It's honestly a loaded question if you think about it.
It really
is.
So
many things.
Exactly, and then you gotta also think about the people who grew up in like homes where they had to grow up fast and take care of themselves, or who parents didn't foster them or their talents or anything like that. So there's also that too. Right,
or even homes that weren't nurturing. Because it's like, because you weren't with a nurturer, you couldn't be a child because children are supposed to be nurtured. They're supposed to be fed. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So just kind of piggybacking off that, growing up fast, that'll kill your inner child quick. And then you find yourself doing things that you should have done as a kid and as a teenager and adulthood. I feel like that's why you got people who be 30 plus in the club. I'm just saying.
You ain't saying nothing wrong.
If that's you, you should feel offended. Because you're too old for that.
If that's you, reevaluate yourself.
Yeah. Not judging, just trying to help you.
Absolutely. We all need that help and that, you know, somebody to shine that mirror on us every now and then. Jared, stay shining a mirror on me, like, get back.
You shine one on me too.
Touche.
I be shine.
Touche. But yeah, so but the inner child is very important though.
Absolutely.
You know, and like, so I'm gonna ask you another question again. Why?
You playing 20 questions?
We'll have to. Because why is it important to not let the inner child die?
Man, I feel like, kind of just going back to what I said, when your inner child dies, you see the manifestation of it in adulthood. Manifestation. Let me give y'all just a quick. Manifestation means to it's like revealing something, right? So if I manifest, if something, excuse me, I'm tripping. If something is manifested, it is revealed. It is put on display, right? We're not talking about the New Age definition of manifest, which means to create out of you. We're not talking about that. Mm-hmm. We're talking about revealing something, right? So that what's being manifested is the things that used to be in you are no longer there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, for example, as a child, like you said, you're fearless. But you're also, because you have no fear, you have no doubt. Mm-hmm. And because you have no doubt, you have a whole lot of faith. So as children, if I come and I tell you, hey, tomorrow the sky's going to turn purple, depending on your age, you know what I'm saying? If I tell you the sky's going to be turned purple, you're going to be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to wait on that. Because you have no reason to doubt. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even in our relationships with God, it's totally different. The level of faith that we have as children, we need in adulthood but don't have, because it's been choked out by life and by disappointment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why people always talk about having like childlike faith, mm-hmm. which, if I'm not mistaken, there is actually no scripture that actually says that. But the principle is that when you tell a child something, they're inclined to believe it because they don't know anything else. Mm-hmm. So it's like in adulthood, if the Lord says, don't worry, I'm going to pay your bills next month, and you ain't got no job, you ain't got no car, you know what I'm saying? You have no source of income, there's no hope, there's nothing. You like, well, how is that going to happen? I don't have faith for that. But if you tell a child that, oh, you're going to eat tonight, they ain't got no job, they don't pay no bills, they don't provide or contribute anything to the household, but they trust and believe that they're going to get fed that night. I feel like that, to me, that's the number one thing in terms of from a spiritual aspect. And so because our spiritual lives are off, everything else is off. And it's just a manifestation of our inner child being choked out. Go ahead.
You ate that up.
Thanks.
That was good.
It took me a minute. I was stuttering over my words so bad.
No, you good. But to say, no, you got there though. And that's really, really good too. I also love how you mentioned that childlike faith is not necessarily in the Bible, but like it is used in reference to like how children just know. Mm-hmm. Like they just know and they just believe. Like if Daddy said that I'm gonna have a donkey tomorrow, I'm gonna have a donkey.
Right.
That's what it is. And like, and I truly believe that is the most important part of not letting your inner child die. That, and I guess I have to add something else. I guess I want to say, I don't know the right word to put for it, but like, you know how like as children you have dreams and aspirations, and it's just like you know that this is something in your heart that you want to do, your heart of hearts that you just love, right. and it's something that you just like, it's like probably like a God-given talent. Like, you know, as a child, you're like, oh, this is what I want to do. I'm going to pour into this. I want to pour into this and stuff of that sort. And like, as you get older, the world tells you that crap ain't important. You can't do that. And so as a result, your creativity dies. And you see that in a lot of people today because some of this crap that they're putting out is not creative.
It's not.
They just saying some crap, doing some crap. You feel me?
And they're recycling stuff, honestly.
And they're recycling everything, even with the movies. Like, all that crap is recycled. Like, I'm like, where's the creativity? Where's the inner child who came up with all kinds of stuff? Because as a child, I used to get some action figures. I used to make up all kinds of stories, all kinds of scenarios. I'm telling y'all, if I could have a script or some of that stuff that I did back then, blockbuster sales. But like that creativity, that courageousness, you know, like just that unwavering, just, I guess I would say faith, hope, you know, that what you want, what you believe in, you know, that things that you care about is going to actually happen. Like that creativity, man, that's a huge thing. Like it's really like an epidemic now.
It is. People are so You know how they used to say like either left brain or right brain?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which is which, but whichever is not creative, that's the brain that people are these days.
That's it.
And the kids are suffering for it. I feel like you can see it in the music, you can see it in TV shows. Like you were saying, they just do anything now.
They do anything now.
And this might be real extra, y'all, but I just wanted to give y'all a proper definition of manifest. I feel like I didn't explain it well, but it just means to show oneself, come into view, to appear, or to reveal. It's a better definition than what I said, or a public display.
You pretty much said that though.
It just didn't feel like I had, given it like a good definition. That's why I was like, because people they'll try and catch you up and be like, oh, he didn't explain that well, he didn't explain that completely right. So let me come and say X, Y, and Z. I ain't got time for that. So I just wanted to put that out.
I definitely feel that. But yeah, the inner child is important, because it keeps you grounded. And I say it keeps you grounded in a way of because life can get mundane if you just working all the time. Good Lord, you're working all the time, paying bills and going through life. People passing away. Disappointments and all these other things, heartbreak. So many different things can go on. But you go into the inner child of just having that creative outlet, or just having that faith, that childlike faith that everything will be wonderful and God is going to take care of, and just just that fearlessness, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, or if I cast my cares upon the Lord, he will take care of me, he will sustain me, all those different things. If you just wholeheartedly, fearlessly believe in those words, you hear me? Be anxious for nothing. That's all scriptures. I'll be saying with myself every day, because
you have to.
Because I just really have to. Be anxious for nothing, but in all things in prayer petition, go before the Lord. If you just wholeheartedly believe all these things and did all these things, and life would be so much more, so much better, so much easier. So it will make much more sense. Right.
And I feel like too, just to kind of touch on, I don't want to go too deep into it, but I think sometimes another thing that can really choke out our inner child is it's all about exposure. When you think about it, it's what you're exposed to that develops you. Yeah. Right. And so when you're a child, you haven't been exposed to much. That's why you can have that childlike faith. That's why you can be fearless. You've never known pain for real. You've never broken a limb. Because I guarantee, and that's why I was so nervous at the trampoline part, because I remember what a broke finger feels like. I know what sprained ankles and stuff feel like. So I'm like, you know what? I'm actually afraid. And that's what it is. It's the exposure. And it really brings me back to the Garden of Eden. In my mind, when I read that, Adam and Eve were like children initially. But because they access that knowledge of good and evil, their exposure went from 0 to 100. And that's what changed everything. And so I feel like it's all about what you're exposed to. And when people are exposed to over-sexualized things, it kills their inner child. Because I know for me, we can play it in my house. If it was a kissing scene and they was doing too much, you had to look away. You know what I'm saying? But I was bad. Let's just call a spade a spade. And I had to go and find things on my own. You know what I'm saying? And so I stumbled onto some horrible things as a child. I stumbled into porn and into just stuff I didn't need to be watching. And my exposure went up. I didn't know that the body could do all those things. I didn't know what a woman's body looked like. You know what I'm saying? But it's things like that. And once the exposure changed, that innocence died and promiscuity came. You know what I'm saying? And so stuff like that, or even when people are molested and abused as children, that innocence and that purity that was once in them is dying. And I feel like the important thing, and that's why I always tell people who have kids and stuff, be careful what you let your kids listen to, what you let them watch, and what you speak over them. Because if you expose them to it, it changes the way that they view the world. It changes how they view themselves. It changes how they view God. And I'm going to stop there because I'm about to go on a whole rant.
I'm about to say, y'all
I'm not even gonna go
pass the bucket, y'all.
I'm not even going to go there.
No, but that's really, really good, though. Because, even though you say, that exposure, it just brings me back, again, to nature versus nurture. This centuries long debate they have if it's, you know, the way you nurture a child or the nature of the child, you know, that you know, dictates who they will be and how they will be. I definitely say, like, yeah, of course some nurture plays a role in that, but like exposure is the number one thing. Because like there was some things that I was exposed to as a child. You know, my people ain't played in that crap either.
Right.
But like
always find a way.
But I found a way. You feel me?
Found
a way. And then if it wasn't us, it was your bad cousins for sure. Who, you know, parents gave them a little more leeway. Who was just older than you and knew more. Was just like whatever. You feel me? You know, so like yeah, cause like as a child, you know, like that exposure, man, that's number one. That's why I be like, that's why I be debating like, if my kids gonna go to public school or homeschool and suckers, cause it's getting bad out here.
It really is.
Good Lord, or if I'm even have them.
And you know, going back to something that Pastor said, I'm gonna get out the podium, out the pulpit after this. But going back, Pastor was preaching on Psalm 51, which is a psalm of repentance that David wrote. And I think it's interesting because when you think about it, children are very repentant. Yeah, they be stubborn. They be bad. But when they're genuinely sorry, well, they sorry. You know what I'm saying? They feel that on a different level. And I feel like as you get older and that part of you dies, your heart gets hard. I think that's how people's heart gets hard. When the Bible talks about people having hardened hearts, I feel like that's how you get there. Because you're not as quickly as a kid, they did something bad, you beat them good, they cry about it. Now, they might go do it again. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment, they're like, oh, I'm tripping. I'm sorry. And then they want to hug you after that because they need that comfort. And I feel like we lose sight of that as we get older and as things happen. And as life disciplines us, we don't turn and run to our comforter anymore. We're not children anymore.
That's true. But also, though, to repent is to turn away.
Right.
And not do it again.
Right.
Kids do that. Like, if they're truly sorry about it, they
right. For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, they will not do it again. They won't. That's good.
That's a good point. We in here cooking, I ain't lying.
No, you're cooking.
No, we're both.
I'm a sous chef.
Oh my God.
I'm handing you the questions, and you whipping them up. You feel me? Okay.
So let me ask you a question now. Since you didn't play, you know, I can't even think of a famous reporter, and I'm gonna call you Lois Lane. That's the only one that's coming to mind. But, is your inner child still alive? Do you feel like it is?
Absolutely. Man, look, my inner child is the only reason I'm still living today. You feel me? Cause like my inner child, of course, like I'm a creative at heart. You know, I like to act, to dance, to, you know, write, to, you know, just make up scenarios and live them out in my head. That type of stuff, you know. But like and a lot of that stuff I still do today. You know, that's the scenario things. I learned that's just delusional. I'm doing it I'm doing it no more. So, but like as far as like the creative aspect, like I'm constantly writing. You know, I'm constantly like creating things. Like the other day I started writing a script. For what? I have no idea. I just started writing one. The other day I started writing a song. For what? I have no idea. But it's like I feel like I need to do these things because me as a child used to do that stuff all the time. I was dating. Now the songs back in the gap used to be bad, you know. But the little poetry used to write back in the gap was good, you know. You know, and like even now I'm still like turn on some music and, you know, like do a little dance or whatever. Sometimes I bust out my Switch and play a Pokemon game because, you know, I thoroughly enjoy Pokemon. Right. You feel me? I'll just do whatever it takes to like nurture the inner child. And even now, you know, I don't take nothing serious. Well,
right. I mean, I get what
you know, yeah, within context, but
yeah.
I don't take nothing serious because life ain't that doggone deep. You hear me? And I feel like that's just me because like you gonna always see me smiling, always see me joking around, always see me, you know, just being me. That's literally me letting my inner child like show, do him. Cause that's just me. So,
and I really love that because I feel like we as men especially, we let ours die so fast because a lot of times we have to step into manhood too fast.
Yep.
And I think the sad part, if you don't experience childhood properly, you cannot experience manhood properly. Like you were saying with those developmental stages, if you skip a stage, now you're just in this little limbo area. because you know what I'm saying, you're existing in the middle. So I love that you allow your inner child to just be free and to do stuff and to have fun. Because there are people who they'll look at you crazy if you pull out a Switch and start playing it.
And I look at them crazy.
Right. That's just the world we live in.
And like of course when we go to a playground or something, I want to play on the playground.
Right.
Like whenever we do anything with the kids, I be the main one down there. What we doing? You feel me? Because like, why not?
Honestly.
What about you, sir?
Mine is alive. He good. I feel like if for any DC Comics fans out there, I feel like for a little while I was Jason Todd getting beat with that crowbar. Joker had beat him to death with a crowbar. I do feel like that happened at some point, but I came back though. And I feel like another beauty of learning to let that inner child flourish. Thank you. Is that you learn to be more easygoing.
Absolutely.
Because like you could just calm down and be like, you know what? I don't have to just be a victim to anxiety right now. I don't have to stress about everything, even though I got stuff to stress about.
Oh, what?
It's not gonna change nothing.
Shoot.
What the Bible say? Stress don't add not 1 minute onto your life.
Sure don't.
So it's like, I've definitely been getting back into creative stuff. Working on some short film concepts, ideas. I have some music ideas, some poetry, of course, but just having fun. Like I told you, I was at the trampoline park and killed myself just yesterday.
Just have some fun.
Just literally having fun. And I think that's the thing too. When you let that child start dying, you start getting too serious. Like you were saying, it's not that deep.
It's not.
You stressed and worried and it's like life is. I mean, yeah, there's purpose in life, but another purpose also is to enjoy the fruit of your labor. You know what I'm saying? Meaning you got to have fun and you can't be tripping all the time. So yeah, mine is good.
That's true. Also, yesterday, quick little side quest. We had our family reunion. And like, to be honest, just going to the family reunion and being around all my cousins, because we're all older now. We're all much older. Most of them got kids, not me though. Most of them got kids, whatever it's not, and most of them, living wherever they live. Some of them got to stay, some here and there, whatever. But like for us all just to come back together and just, just be talking and enjoying ourselves, that fed my inner child a lot. Yeah. Because all I could think about was all the good old days. Like, dang, like we're really the adults now. Like that's all we kept saying the whole time. We like, y'all, we the adults now. That's crazy. We the adults now. You feel me? So like, but like that was really beautiful. And it was also beautiful just to see like the many different generations and like, like how far back family can go. No, you don't know. I found out somebody was my cousin the other day. That's crazy. I didn't know that. But like, it was just very interesting, like they had our family tree sitting up about, like all the different people in which all the different branches they came from. Most of them old people, I was like, oh, I knew every last one of them growing up. I did not know all of them was passed away, except one, right? And so like that really made me appreciate family more. It also made me appreciate like just like, like how I was raised and just like my particular cousins and the people that we have now. Like they trying to, have gatherings like let's get together, let's do this and that. And like, first of all, I like to be in the house. But and like yesterday at that family reunion, sitting in that heat all day, good Lord. I had to come to the house, took me a shot, and I passed out for the rest of the day. But
I believe it.
Hopefully I can catch them again before most of them leave town. But yeah, but like that right there, it fit my inner child a lot. I felt like a child in that moment, even though I was very much so grown.
But that actually brings me to a really good point. Because you were saying about feeding your inner child. Would you agree that helps protect your inner child by feeding it?
Absolutely. Like in order to protect something, you have to allow it to grow. But also like kind of, I would say, filter in the good and the bad. And in order for something to grow, you have to feed it.
Right.
Like even with plants and things, you have to feed them. For children, if you don't feed them, they're not gonna grow. They're gonna be malnourished. Even with a dog, like you have to feed something in order for it to grow. And even then, in order for it like to continue to like grow up in the way that you want it to go, kind of like the Bible say, like you have to just filter what you feed it. Filter what you allow access to it. You know, so just don't allow stress to like blot out your creative process, your creative time. Don't allow it to like just make you depressed and, you know, like allow you to just completely forget about any and everything that, you know, that held you together in the first place. That's what I would say.
I like that. And so what
21 questions, I see.
Don't start. Come on. Dang, you low-key answered my next. I was gonna say how do you protect it, but you pretty much answered that. So I'm gonna ask you this then.
Okay.
How can your inner child help you now that you're a fully grown man?
I guess I would more than likely say it would definitely help with the way I process things. And I say that because like we said as a child, you know, like we have big faith. You know, we, you know, have creative outlets. We, you know, we run for comfort and things of that sort. As a grown man, how I process things, like if my inner child is dead, it's just like once these things happen, I'm just like, okay, cool. I gotta do what I gotta do, get it out the mud, you know. Yeah. First of all, side note, I can't stand on people who just want to get out the mud so bad.
I feel that.
Like your life ain't nowhere near hard, but I gotta get out the mud. I got out the mud.
You want to struggle for what?
You want to struggle for what? Them people irk my entire soul. My brother trying to be like that. He gets my nerves. But anyways, so with that being said, like, if my inner child is alive and well, you know, if I'm still like, if life gets hard, you know, I will run to those creative outlets. If you know, if life gets hard or things happen, this and that, I know to run to my father. You know, I know to let him comfort me. I know to run to my wife, you know, talk to her, let her comfort me. Like, as an inner child, like, your inner child, as a child, you want to be nurtured. Right. You want to be comforted. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. And, like, as a human being, like, that's just fundamental. What, like people forget, like, when you get older, like, most of the fundamental things that you need in life are the very same things that you needed to grow as a kid. Like, you need nurturing. You need to talk, like, people, you see people who grew up in homes who did not have any social skills, who stayed in the house all day. Right. What they do? They can barely talk to people in public. No social interaction whatsoever. Like, even after a while, like, you know, I like being, you know, I like to be in the house a lot of times. After a while, I need social interaction. Right. You need social interaction to survive. So, like, it's like in those little essential things, like you will continue to just allow those things to grow and not allow yourself to just be so, not to be such a monolith. No monolith mean?
No, could you define it?
Like, for example, like, to not be a monolith, you're not one way. Like, you're not just like, I'm an angry black man and that's it. I can't be no, like, I can only define as an angry black man. I can't be no other way. Like, no, like, I can be angry, but I can also be compassionate. I can also be this. You know, we as humans are not a monolith. We have we're multifaceted. We have many different faces, many different emotions, things like that. So, like, if I allow my inner child to do for me as a man, it can allow me to be vulnerable. It can allow me to process things better. It can allow me to handle things better, to be more compassionate. Like, long list of things.
I love that. I don't have any answers. You pretty much. I mean, it's essentially the same stuff as far as just like compassion and, like you said, just not being angry all the time. And you know, that child is very important. I think I appreciate it now more as an adult than ever. Yes. Because as a kid, you're just living. You're just enjoying life.
You are.
But like looking back, it's like, no, we really needed those things. Really now more than ever, especially the state that the world is in.
Come on now.
And just even the teachings and the discipline that we got as children, like that is translated into adulthood very well. I'm still scared of my mom.
You said, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What? My mom still scared me. You hear me? That woman still scared me. To the day, sometimes I still call her and be like, just thank you, mother. Just thank you. You know? Because that lady, she did a lot. She went through a lot. All kinds of stuff just for me. And I wholeheartedly appreciate her. That's why I can't wait till the Lord just bless me good so I can just be like, Mom, where you want to go this week?
Right.
Go on out to Dubai. You feel me? Like, just send her on vacations. Just build her a house. Just give her anything she wants. Because she deserves it. You feel me? Yeah.
No, that was good. I feel like this might sound ridiculous, maybe even a little bit extreme, but I would challenge the people who are watching, do something this week that you enjoyed doing as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Because you may look back and be like, dang, this actually was whack.
Right?
You know? Or you may find it like, oh, I actually still enjoy this. Or it may give me an idea to do something else that I might enjoy. Or just to break the monotony of adulthood. Think back to how you were as a child, even if nothing else, just for nostalgia.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised what it'll do for you.
You'd be surprised what it'll do for you. I'm about to say, because even now, we still sit and watch old Disney movies or just old movies.
They be hitting.
They be hitting, boy.
Still
We're like,
hitting.
dang, that's good. Even now, we watch, we be like, dang, it was low-key preaching. This is a thing.
Right. Except Hannah Montana. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Looking back.
That was still so stupid to me. Like, them thousands of people. Nobody told a secret. Because I'd have been that one.
Man, what?
Hey, paparazzi.
A picture phone.
What? Give me my money. You feel me?
Right.
Her name is Miley Stewart. Shoot. But yeah. That's so funny. You don't make me so bad.
Gonna do. You have to do right.
Oh, I would take my hair done first.
Okay.
That's why I'm wearing these do-rags, y'all. You see me do all these do-rags? The hair ain't done yet. Good Lord. But anyways, so yeah, I challenge you to let your inner child grow. Just nurture that inner child. Do something. Just do something with it. Anything. Yeah, that's all I got.
I think that's it.
All right.
Till next time.
Yeah. So what kid movie we gonna watch? We need to do
I
something.
don't know. We do need to watch a Disney movie.
Feed our inner child.
Yeah.
Eat buku candy.
I don't know about that one.
Trying to find a place I went wrong. I got a couple problems, but I'll make it alone. I can't right on my wrongs, but I can write them in songs.